Hey guys, I read an article a couple days ago talking about how being right doesn't give you license to be an asshole. And you know, it's something that I'm frustrated that even needs to be said. But I guess I'm having a hard time with it because I think probably when I was younger, I was stupider, and I was definitely an ass in the name of being right. And look, I get frustrated when people don't do their job. I get frustrated when people should know better. But we have to interact as human beings, and that requires that we have tact and that we are kind. You know, I did someone a favor, and you know, in the business context, it's not the end of the world, but I went out of my way to help someone, and I get back an onslaught of demands and corrections without an ounce of gratitude. I mean, I don't need a freaking parade, but it's like the moment I agreed to help them, all bets were off, and I'm just going to treat you like cattle. You know, I've also got a friend who's going through a tough situation, and the people that are dealing with this situation are probably right, but they're dealing with it in such a way that it is making my friend feel like absolute shit. And I think the thing is that when you, in the name of being right, treat other human beings like shit, it stops being right. You don't get to be an ass just because you happen to have the information. You don't get to be an ass because you're in a position of power. You don't get to be an ass because it's convenient. It's harder to be kind than it is to be an ass. And I'm a little annoyed at the moment, so I'm just going to cool off while I go for a bit of a drive. But the truth is, I think we all need to be a little kinder to each other. We all need to just calm down. Every little interaction isn't the end of the world. Every transaction, every encounter isn't life or death. So stop making everything life or death, people. Because on the other side of life is death, and if you enter into a life or death battle every single time, eventually you're going to find death, and that's not cool. Whether it's actual death or professional. And I just think if you're trying to level up your career, if you're trying to level up your life, if you want to be better, do not do it at anyone else's expense, or you are not evolving. So, you know, I'm not going to beat this horse to death, but I'm just seeing it everywhere, where in the name of business or in the name of what is right or what ought to be done or blah, 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 we're just throwing out basic human decency. We're throwing out empathy. We're throwing out kindness. And it is unfucking acceptable. You don't win by leaving a wake. That's all I have. I'm sorry that I'm a bit crusty, but this one's bugging me. So, go out and do something nice for someone. Have a good night.